All right, we are here. We're going to talk about some schedules coming out. We've got a lot of action-packed stuff on SEC After Dark. Let's get it. Yo, what's up, boys and girls?
Corey, is that a lava waterfall we just saw?
Yeah, something like that. It was. I tried to get the most ridiculous looking one going. So,
My goodness.
Yeah,
it's sweet though.
It is
happy. Happy World War III beginning night, everybody.
That's why I got the lava waterfall. So, what's up, guys? It's SEC After Dark. We are a little light, so we can.
There we go.
Do this box.
There we go. Old school. We could do the old school.
Yeah, we're back to old school. No Mike, no biscuits, no SEC.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of stuck with us.
Yeah. Congratulations or
sorry.
However you want to look at it. I'm bringing my summer Naples vibe here, so we're good to go, man. But it's SEC After Dark. It's the original crew here. Stephen Willis, Locked On Ole Miss is his other gig. And one of the co-founders of this network. So go tune in. I think you can be one of the 1.5 billion streams he's had in the last 6 hours. So Jake Thomas, double dose of Bama, Bama After Dark, and Tide Talk Live. So he's 2 scoops of Alabama. And then Jeb Beecham, he's retiring from Ole Mills pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe do some movie reviews. I'm not sure. 80s movies apparently are his thing. I like the idea of don't Google that, but that's just me.
Hey, did y'all hear the news today?
I have not. I've not been paying attention.
Spaceballs 2 is going to happen.
I did hear that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were
with Mel Brooks. Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to play Dark Helmet. Bill Pullman's coming back. I'm assuming Josh Gad or somebody like that is going to play Barf.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they don't call it Spaceballs 2, the search for more money, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah, because that's a perfect home run. I thought you were about to hit us with a Happy Gilmore 2, which I'm equally excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty fired up about that. I will actually probably sign up for Netflix or at least use Jeb's account to watch that.
Fuck yeah, man. So Jake looking dapper tonight, man. Big occasion. Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
The show.
This is Rick Too Old to Draft After Dark.
This is Rick Too Old to Draft After Dark. Yep.
I think I just crossed the threshold of being too old to draft. So yay.
Yeah, you are in danger of being like at the end of World War II, whenever they just armed like 70-year-old men with guns in Nazi Germany to protect Berlin. You are in danger of that. I don't even have to worry about that because I've had 3 brain surgeries. I in a word, I am undraftable. Steve Rogers, before the super soldier serum, had a better chance to get in the military than me.
Interesting. So give me some of that super soldier serum and we're going to go. All right. So anyway, we joined forces here to make SEC After Dark. I'm Corey Burton, Locked On Vandy, and the regular guys. At some point when Israel is done with his 7-on-7 tour of duty, we're going to record episode number 2. So we have debuted, but Israel's just such a busy dude with football, man. I didn't understand just how busy I was with football until I retired. So
yeah. You have no idea how much time it takes up until you don't do it anymore.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know what to do with all this time. So anyway, the TV windows times, they're out. The schedule's been released, the full TV schedule. Vanderbilt versus Alabama is a flex game.
It is.
Well, it should be.
It's a flex game, and the network to be determined. They got a lot of those games this year, and they got the ABC. The ABC's version of Big Noon Kickoff against Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that because, like, maybe Texas will just not be woken up yet. Same with LSU.
They would be about used to it, though.
That's true. So what do you guys think of the windows? Are you guys happy with with the games. I think Georgia got a pretty good draw of games. Obviously, they're a marquee in the SEC, so nothing surprising there.
Ole Miss only having one 11 o'clock kickoff is a rousing endorsement. If you yell loud enough and complain enough, they will not schedule you for 11 o'clock games. Ole Miss fans this year decided to take the LSU tact, and it actually worked.
You mean the Texas tact of throwing stuff onto the field until you get your way?
No. Just yelling, it's too hot to play an 11 o'clock game. We're in the South. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That LSU, that tack, Ole Miss did that this year, and the only 11 o'clock game they have is at Oklahoma. So big noon kickoff at Oklahoma. You've got at Vandy or at Texas. Ole Miss has at Oklahoma. So
there you go. So Georgia, they got a pretty favorable schedule. So I'm not too upset about that. Jeb, Tennessee, what do you think what do you make of their schedule?
No, we didn't get a 11 o'clock game, do we? I think it's all flex, basically. Kentucky's at night. The rest of them are all flex games.
Interesting.
Georgia's 3:30, or 2:30.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it fun. It's kind of weird not having any of them in the morning, though.
Yeah, that is strange. Surprisingly, we got the Austin Peay game at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus. I don't know why that wasn't a big noon kickoff.
We have ETSU at 3:30 on ESPN Plus. Yeah.
So Georgia's big noon kickoff is against Kentucky and Mississippi State.
Well, speaking for Alabama, in our chat, I mentioned about trap games. Now, there's one game that is sandwiched in here that I'm absolutely terrified for, because it comes after a revenge game and it's right before a revenge game. And that is going to Columbia at 11 a.m., which nobody really plays good at 11, top teams wise. That has trap written all over, because you got the revenge game against Vandy the week before, and then the week after you got the revenge game against Tennessee.
Yeah. Be happy that's not a night game.
Yeah.
Because I talked to Bill Flowers on my other show, and he said the hardest stadium that he ever played in was Williams-Brice Stadium in South Carolina.
Everyone seems to say that. When I talked to one, he said that. He said he loved it because the fans were just all over him, and he loved talking shit back and forth. And then Israel said that was his favorite road environment because it's just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 11 a.m. might be a blessing in disguise for Alabama. Ooh, I see the Bama After Dark Twitter handle. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I've been putting it on there the last couple of
the Bama After Dark Twitter handle. Yeah, he's almost leaning towards that being the top scoop of the double scoop. So the double scoop of Bama, is it in a waffle cone or a cup?
Oh, waffle cone. Waffle cone's the best, man.
There you go. There's no other answer.
Right.
Cup of gelato, though. You have to do a cup of gelato.
Yeah, no,
ice cream in a cone, cup of a gelato.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I agree.
For sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Steve. Yeah, when it comes to gelato, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, living in Italy with the gelato over there, my goodness, I'm surprised I didn't come back weighing 330 pounds. It's amazing.
Do y'all have a Rita's down there in where you're at in Winter Haven?
Rita's? No. There's a gelato place at Disney Springs, though.
Okay. Yeah. In Naples, there's a place called Rita's. It's a national chain. They're all over probably, but there's one in Naples, and it's really good. They do the gelato and like the blended like slushy, and they just mix it in. It's like the frozen custard too. They have like a combination of all of it, and it's like good.
They could get rid of the property taxes going out of this world down here. There's literally no better place to live than the state of Florida.
Yeah, I would agree, except for the hurricanes.
Well, the insurance is the problem. A lot of people.
Yeah.
I would rather deal with a hurricane than with a tornado, though, Corey.
Yeah, I hated tornado season in Tennessee.
As long as you don't live on the actual water.
You mean when we were all standing in front of the big giant window at Rivals when the office manager was
My goodness, that girl lost her mind.
She was from California. She probably never seen
My
it.
goodness. Yeah, she literally thought Twister was about to happen.
Story time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the gist of the story. There's a tornado warning, and me and Steve and our other guy.
She was squalling in the stairwell. We got evacuated to the stairwell, and she was just squalling.
No.
Like, oh my goodness.
They got evacuated.
Oh, yeah. We were out there looking out the window. It's like, I don't see it.
You know how I know that you're from the South?
Yeah, you go to the front porch and watch it.
Yeah, and if you're in California, she would not be freaking out about an earthquake, and people from the South would be losing their mind.
Yeah, I've been. What?
Yeah, it's no doubt. It's not making fun.
Or a wildfire, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very fortunate here in Bellevue that I'm gonna go ahead and knock on some wood there, by the way.
There you go.
All right. We've been very fortunate here in Bellevue that, most of the time it either cuts north or cuts south.
Yeah, all the ones this year is going past y'all. North.
Yeah, we had the only time we had one, it was like on the very north end of the Bellevue, where one like where my neighborhood sits, there was one that came right through. If you don't live in Tennessee, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you're like in Fairview and like Highway 100, like there was one that came right down Highway 100. I live like Highway 100. I live like here, right above it, and so it just skirted on past me at like 2 a.m. I hate them at like 2 a.m. because
I do too. I hate.
They're always happening at 2 a.m. because you need it to get cold weather for it to happen, and it gets too hot too early in the deep south.
Yeah.
For that to really happen during the daytime on a consistent basis. It's like down here, it doesn't get cold enough for Florida to have a tornado. If Florida has a tornado, it's because one spun up in a hurricane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens. And you're dealing with just straight wind and all that. And, insurance companies, I think insurance is a scam. I just do. I think it's one of the great schemes that they came up with. But they basically charge the amount of renting an apartment every month. My house is paid for, but I still pay an $800 note on it for insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea on paper, but the way they run it is definitely a scam.
Because they look for every reason to not pay you, and the whole reason to buy insurance is
because they became publicly traded companies, which they have to make money doing that. Yeah. Which means that you don't do what you were originally prescribed to do. You became about making money and not about helping people and providing insurance. That's what it is. It's kind of like hospitals. Hospitals are the same way. The minute they became a severely for-profit enterprise, the healthcare went down because they're not innovating. They're not doing things they need to do.
They don't really have a choice. You've seen what's happened with United Healthcare, right? There's the one that had the CEO that was shot. They're now being sued by investors because they started providing better healthcare after he got shot. Yeah. But that cut down on their profits. So they're now being sued for that. They're going to lose money because they were doing their job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they hospitals, they just want to shove some pills down your throat and send you on your way. That's why a lot of reasons I don't go to the doctor.
I can't do much more because you're not going
to
pay
go twice a year is all I do.
Listen, I became, after my last surgery, a member of the VA. VA is socialized medicine. Anything that's wrong, you get checked out. It might take a little bit, but they check you out. They pay for your surgeries. I have not paid for either of my brain surgeries, so there is no financial ruin attached to something like this. The VA is the best thing that's ever happened to my family.
Yeah.
And people that have been railing against this, they have motivation other than that, or they're just going off of what they've been told.
Yeah, I think healthcare needs to be better, and needs to be.
I think insurance needs to go away. Honestly, in Italy, when I lived there, it was a cash-based hospital system. It wasn't insurance-based. You could go in there and have a surgery for $1,000. Good surgery. The insurance setting the prices and paying all that, they say what they're going to pay the hospital's trying to get as much money as they can, and it turns into a vicious cycle of what's going on. It could be a whole lot cheaper in every way.
Shoot, my mom went to the hospital recently, and I looked at the bill, and out of pocket would have been, if she went full 100% out of pocket, she stayed for 5 days. It would have been $16,000.
Yeah.
What
my brain surgery was somewhere around, it's starting to come back in as the amount that they got the hospital filed for with the VA and Blue Cross, because I have two insurances. They it started, one of the first receipts that I got was for $500,000.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
Veteran responsibility, zero.
Yeah.
Love the VA.
Yeah.
I've actually at work got pretty good insurance too. You know, when Cassidy was pregnant with the baby, you know, she was in the hospital for a month, and those bills, but they were all covered. So
that's good.
It's a lifesaver.
Yeah, I bet. Now, I mean, fortunately for one of the perks of working at Metro Nashville Public Schools is that we have really good insurance too, and they cover a lot of Huck's therapy stuff.
Yeah,
and it's really good, and they've covered a lot of our medical stuff, and it's been phenomenal. Cigna has been good to MNPS, because I guess MNPS pays these premiums, and then we pay a little bit, but it's MNPS is footing the bill for the most part.
Not to change the subject, but the Tigers are 20 games over 500 again.
They are.
You mean
and the Braves are 20 games under 500.
Yeah.
The Braves need to rage quit and just start the season over.
I agree.
They do. They need to click reset.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost internet connection.
Yeah. Oops.
Oopsie.
They need to do something.
This is the last SEC After Dark. I forgot about it in my old set. This is the last time you are going to see the set.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, switching over, huh? All
so
right.
what are you gonna call your new set? Like because this one's the Palatial Central Florida Studios, but you got to have a name.
The more palatial Central Florida Studios.
The more obnoxious palatial.
It's gonna. This one was probably, you can't really tell, but it's probably a 10 by 12 studio. That one is going to be closer to 30 by 30.
Oh,
okay.
And it's going to be all practical brick effects on the wall. This is a green screen. The brick is. So we set it up. I got some glance LED scrolls that's going to go in, that they're going to scroll information on there, including betting lines and stuff like that, along with the tidbits going to make the trip. And I have another one of those that's going to go. Jeb's got some work cut out for him this weekend.
Oh, good.
well, so you're gonna take the shelf? What are you gonna do with all your knickknacks? Is it gonna be like more spread?
Oh,
out?
they're going to be there, but it's going to be spread out a little bit.
You have to take a picture when you're as you're take like a before, like when you start, and take an after, like a big wide shot for us. Like I want to see the whole room. Like for the SEC group chat, you just took a picture of the wall.
Yeah. And it's a little bit in the corner, like at the corner, it keeps going a little bit as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn that for the first time. I'll have a straight on shot for my my show and this show.
This is kind of at an angle. I like this angle though.
Mm-hmm. But it makes it a little bit. It takes a little bit of the space away, because there's about the shelf behind it goes like that. So there's less room on that side than on that side.
All right. I'll have to see what you're talking about later when you it's gonna be weird seeing you with a straight on shot though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I want eventually to have it set up to where it's straight on for my Locked On Ole Miss show and for this show. But for shows like SEC Squad and Ole Miss Squad, when that happens and all that, there's going to be another setup with another camera that takes that as well. So I'm going to be decorating 2 walls.
There you go. You need to get a switcher, just switch back and forth.
Yeah. I got an on-air sign, and Becky's like, "What the hell did you get that for?" I was like, "You'll see."
One of those
Don't
cameras.
ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
She threw her back out today, moving, and they're laying the preparation for the studio. That's the reason I said Jeb's got his work cut out for him.
So she listened to Peter Griffin's advice for picking up large objects.
Yeah, you got to use your back. You got to use your back.
Yeah.
Lock your knees and lift all with your back. And
She was taking across. She was taking a giant desk apart by herself because this one's about a third of the size that I use here, and I'm going to move it over there. And my mic stand, I'm very fired up about this.
Oh, are you going to like walk around with it Aerosmith style?
No, I have it to where I can just use the same setup on both sides. I can have multiple cameras, and it doesn't affect my audio.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because you had the arm before, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
So it's going to be like Jon Stewart. When you get serious, there's a camera that zooms in. So you could just be like, and another thing. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could do something like that. I'll show you my setup because I have the tripod already set up on one of the other things.
Okay.
Are you gonna start hiring crew? Are you at that point?
Potentially.
Nice.
I need to hit the lottery so I can just buy a building and just do the after dark thing and just have everybody down here. That would be what I would like to do. I would get the most enjoyment out of that.
That'd be awesome.
And the trips to Tampa would be epic.
Yes.
Daddy issues.
Yeah. Hey, just so everybody knows, I got invited for a behind the scenes tour at a different club in Tampa that I'm going to take my brother-in-law to on July 4th.
Really?
Yeah. And we're going to be able to go behind the scenes at a club we haven't been at before.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
behind the scenes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've only been to one, so that could be a bunch of them.
I want to book your next appointment to the VA after that one for a totally different reason.
No, that stuff doesn't happen. If that stuff happens, you're at the wrong club. I'm going to be honest about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't take enough money for that stuff to happen to us.
But you're going behind the scenes, so that they invited you for the VIP tour. So
no, what it is okay. We're completely off the rails now.
Big time.
There you go.
Yeah.
oh, we've been off the rails.
Yeah.
But one of the dancers that used to dance for me, she was a friend, and now she's the general manager at Mons Venus.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so she invited us to come on over, and she would show us around. She said she would put us on the list, so we didn't have to pay a cover and all that.
Is it the Danish chick?
No, it's not the Danish chick.
Not being a Danish. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Jed's all fired up now.
Yeah,
First time hearing of it.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Jeb,
I'm gonna go ahead and start driving tonight. I can get back.
Jeb perked up.
So it's only a couple of weeks away, and you got that in front of you.
Nice. He's just saying that so I hope I move furniture when I get back.
Yeah.
Jeb, we need you to put this large desk on your back and carry it over.
Yeah, this thing that threw your sister's back out, take care of that. I can't lift anything any more than a gallon of milk.
I'm not surprised she tried, though.
Yeah. What she did, she flipped over and she was trying to take off the legs so they can move it. And there's a chance she's just weak.
You can just twist the wrong way. I've done that.
Yeah.
Just doing something above my head. I just I don't know, like twist it around a little too hard.
Jake, it's called getting old because that.
Yeah.
I was cleaning out the. I have like 2 attic spaces in my bonus room.
Humble brag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not even impressive. It's just the way the house was built. There was just two spaces, 2 attic spaces, like walk-in attic spaces.
They were above my 4 garages. No big deal.
Steve, you're the one with the massive Tyler Perry Studios type suite over there.
No,
it's going to be a nice studio. I finally laid the rug down. It is ready for stuff to move this weekend.
Nice.
So are you gonna like mount all your cameras on the?
I have cameras that move and control, and I can preset them. So
that's what I'm saying.
They'll be mounted and network cable, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be an ordeal to hook all this back up.
It's worth it.
Glad to know Sunday's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Good thing it's June and the minimum guarantee is only 12 episodes.
There you go.
Oh, I'll be back on by Monday's show. I have to be. It's great. Tomorrow's show hit the Landon Duckworth thing with him just eliminating Ole Miss 3 weeks after Steve Wiltfong putting in a crystal ball for him or whatever it's called. And it's like, hey, it goes quick now. You go from being a home run to not even being in the visit realm.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the way it works now.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I'm getting a ton of traction on the old tweeters. Dude, I've been like blowing up on Twitter with because Vandy got like 5 commits this week,
Okay.
and I put out some of those graphics where it's like commitment, and then I would like break them down, and then those commits, they started following me, and one of them's got like 5,000 views and a bunch of engagements and stuff.
Nice.
I wish that would translate into views on YouTube or listens on.
Yeah, it
audio.
doesn't. It doesn't because they don't tell you that Twitter is the 6th best way social media wise to market your video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never thought I post stuff on TikTok and Instagram too, but I wish it translated into views though, because I'm crushing it this week on on X or Twitter or whatever they want to call it these days. But
by the way, not change subjects again, but
it's middle of June,
right? Yeah. So you guys remember the NFL draft, Shamar Stewart? We talked about him a little bit on here.
Oh yeah. I wonder if you.
Yeah, did y'all see the newest update that come out today about him?
Is that the one you put in the group chat?
Yeah, I mean that is insane that he can actually, not sign his rookie contract, set out all year, and then re-enter the NFL draft next year. I mean, the dude's lucky to be a first-round pick this year. He is not going to be a first-round pick next year for sure.
It's probably not a great financial decision, but I mean they're doing something weird with his contract, aren't they? Trying to set it up so they can void it if they want, which I get from their point of view, that kind of makes sense. But if other first rounders aren't doing it, I don't see why they would expect him to.
Yeah,
but
that's so weird.
They've been going the other way with it. A couple other first rounders were signing like fully guaranteed contracts, which I also thought was kind of overboard. So
yeah.
My goodness, Josh Pate just put out his Big Ten quarterback rankings.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I love Josh, but I got to hear this.
Oh my God, it's terrible. Yeah, from the jump. Number 1, Drew Aller.
Oh God.
And that's not an indictment on Drew Aller, although I think he is a trash quarterback. Listen to this list. Number 2, Julian Sayin. How many reps does Julian Sayin have?
Like 2.
He's the arch manning of that group, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Including
number 3, Dante Moore. How many reps does he have?
Ooh.
2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Number 4, Damon Williams, a very good quarterback. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Luke Altmaier, a former Rebel, good player. Number 6, Dylan Raiola. I like him as well, but he should 4, 5, and 6 should have been 2, 3, 2 and 3. It should have started at 2.
Yeah.
Number 7, Jaden Maeva from USC. Okay. Number 8, Bryce Underwood. Just because Barstool overpaid for a quarterback does not make him good.
Right.
Number 9, Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, wow.
The kid that was at Cal last season.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Nico Iamaleava.
Wow.
10. All right.
Dang. Nico.
Well,
Nico gets a bad rap because of what he did at Tennessee. Last year, he was very average. But he's better than Mendoza, Underwood, Maeva, Moore, and Sayin right now.
Yeah, and I do think he's going to be, but he had a lot of growing to do, and he went to a much worse offense to do that. It just wasn't a good move. But I think he will still grow.
Yeah, he's
better.
He's uber talented, and I mean his ceiling's high. Just got to get the right coaching, and listen to that coaching. Honestly,
well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
when you downgrade offensive lines too, I don't know. I just think it's going to be a rough season for him.
I agree. he does not improve that UCLA team by much. Where they win like 4 games last year. Then
Yeah,
they win 5 this year.
He had trouble reading defenses with stellar protection.
Right.
yeah.
I mean, he had every protection advantage you could have, like with that offensive line in Tennessee, and the schematic, advantage that Josh Heupel brought to the table. He gets
Also-
none of that at UCLA.
And a
Also, with teams
dominant
having to
running back
respect the
too.
run. Yeah,
Yeah.
teams
Yeah,
had to
don't-
respect the run. He had.
Right.
He was in a good position, but I mean, that's
Now
what's
he gets
happened.
a head
I don't
coach.
want to harp on it.
He gets a head coach that is 1 year removed from a utter disaster of a rookie year as a head coach, Deshaun Foster, who loved the guy as a player. I'm sure he was a great coach at some point. Just not ready to get a UCLA job.
No.
I just and I hate to say that, but he's just not ready for it.
Mhm.
He's just not, and
Yeah.
that's okay. He needs to go
I
back.
wouldn't be
He needs to go
surprised.
back down and come back up through the ranks.
Right. Go to G5.
I wouldn't be surprised
first.
if Nico looks decent though, and probably year after next, maybe even better. But
He's got natural talent, so he'll look
Yeah.
decent. But like you don't pay him $1 million at UCLA to be decent.
yeah,
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
like Tennessee said, okay, you can walk because he was decent.
Right.
He didn't enhance anything.
And kudos to Tennessee for standing up to a player and said, we're not going to let you, dictate how we run the program.
I was gonna say they were already offering him $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, he'd already agreed to that.
Yeah.
They just didn't agree to him trying to rewrite his whole contract after a okay freshman year,
Yeah.
freshman.
Speaking of which, have we as a group discussed this house settlement thing? I know I had Chris Gordy on, and I know we did it as a squad, Steve. But like Jake, Jeb, this house settlement thing, like, what do you think is going to happen with it?
Nothing. Honestly, I'm going to go on record as
Thanks,
saying
Jeb.
nothing is going to happen on this. No, this just needs to be said. And nothing is going to happen. It's going to be complete chaos. The only thing that changed is players are going to get paid legally.
Yeah.
That's all it did is end in amateurism.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable anyway. I don't think a whole lot's going to change. I think maybe with some back end roster construction, I think you might get a little bit more. You might get a slight bump in parity and things evening out a little bit, but for the most part, nothing's going to change.
Do you think some teams will start to take off a little more just because they can afford it? I mean, you look at someone like Texas A&M is just going to be able to afford a lot better players than most schools out there.
A&M,
I was reading-
Texas, all them guys.
Well,
Yeah.
it's capped from the university.
Is it capped?
perspective.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, NIL, they say it's going to be fair market value, but it's
Yeah. I mean, I've been reading from some even like Alabama fans that are worried that their school just doesn't have the inflow of money that places like Texas and A&M do. I mean,
No, we don't.
yeah, and
We got Bryant Bank, and that's it, pretty much.
yeah, and how much are some of these big boosters willing to spend? I mean, at places like you think of like Arkansas, they have all the Walmart money, but how much of those billionaires are going to really spend when their team isn't like going to the national championship very often? At least in Alabama, you can point at a history of being really good.
Well,
I'm
the
curious-
Yellowwood guy's trying to bring Auburn back. I mean, he's
been
putting
doing
out
that.
all that money.
And that's what you need is a billionaire that's just a fanatic about football, but
Right.
not everybody has that.
No.
I think weirdly enough, like I think because Nashville's the type of city, and Steve and Jeb, you can back me up on this. They're the type of city that, like, if they find some reason to get fanatically behind something, they will.
Right.
They did it with the Preds. They did it with the draft. They're doing it with Nashville SC. They're like Nashville's just like wants to pounce on something and go full. Like when an MLB team comes, like they're making a bid for one, they will jump fully on board with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so
Yeah.
they're just like Vandy has not reciprocated ever, really. And Nashville's just starving, I think, for Vandy to be good. I think if Vandy is good consistently, I think you'll see some changes there. And I think beating Alabama was a good step in that direction. And they're showing some things like recruiting wise. They're showing some things transfer portal wise that leads me to believe that they are actually kind of serious about, like, hey, we got to the college football rule hit reset for us. We can actually do this right now. And
In all honesty, you guys should have beat Texas too last year.
we should have beat Missouri, should have beat Texas, and damn sure should have beat Georgia State.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, the problem that Vandy has is Nashville is a Tennessee town.
Yeah.
But
They're going to have to get
if
over
Vandy,
that first.
If Vandy gets good, I think it'll.
Yeah,
switch.
but it might switch, but it's going to take a decade for it to switch.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to prove that over a decade. I mean, it's gonna.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna take. Like it'll slow. Like it's slowly trending in that direction, but like it's not a fast thing for a program like Vandy.
Ole Miss is going through the same thing right now.
I mean,
they've had 3 10-win seasons in 4 years, but they have the second smallest fan base in the entire conference.
Yeah, how long is it taking y'all for it to even get to this point?
50 years.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean they paid for the 70s for decades.
Oh yeah, I mean y'all went on probation stuff, but like when you've had a full like big massive chunk of time without probation and without impediments in like all these impediments in your way, just like naturally, how long? So like when did you start noticing the upward trend for Ole Miss with Eli
and fan base?
Just in general, like with the program, you're just like, okay, this program might act
when they ditched the symbols.
Okay.
Yeah. And they stopped playing Dixie and all of that stuff. The fan base started to grow.
Yeah, and then you noticed, just the team started because wasn't Ole Miss like very very like this?
Yeah, every time they looked like they were about to break through, probation would knock them back down.
Yeah,
and they had 2 awful probations.
Like for me, the first time I really noticed that Ole Miss was worth anything was when they had Eli.
Yeah, and then they had Ed Orgeron, which was a version of probation, I think.
Self-imposed probation.
Yeah.
Why did they? Okay, and I know you don't know the exact answer to this, but like you had Cutcliffe.
Oh, you want me to explain what happened? I will tell you exactly what happened.
Oh, okay, yeah. Story.
Yeah, we are 20 years past it at this point, so anybody that gets upset about it can kiss my butt. In 2002,
my butt.
David Cutcliffe interviewed at Kentucky.
Kiss my butt. Yeah,
he interviewed at Kentucky. At that moment, when he did not get the Kentucky job and came back to Ole Miss, just interviewing at a place that Ole Miss fans, the boosters, thought they were superior to, at that moment, the countdown was on to find a way to get rid of David Cutcliffe.
Interesting.
The next year, they won 10 games. You can't really get rid of that. The next year, they went either 4-7. I think they went 4-7. And by the end of the year, they had found a quarterback and a little bit was working. But the boosters found their end to get rid of David Cutcliffe because he interviewed at Kentucky. It was all about him not proving that he was not acting like he was 100% in. And that's the reason you get the Ole Miss president saying, we will no longer deal with mediocrity. And then they went out and hired Ed Orgeron.
That was 07, 06, 07, right?
That after David Cutcliffe last year was 2004. So it was 5, 6, and 7. I was the coordinator of video services at Ole Miss in 6.
Okay.
They won 10 games with Ed Orgeron.
No,
with David Cutcliffe.
Maybe
combined. Yeah, combined.
Combined. Yeah.
Maybe
his whole time there. Yes.
Yeah, combined.
Yeah, so 2003 was equal to what Ed Orgeron did his whole time at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's 10 wins, and y'all played your annual bowl matchup with Texas Tech.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Manning. I remember that. 03, Ben Obamanu. I was a sophomore in college that year.
That was a fantastic game. I stayed up till midnight to watch that game.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
Because that was a 2:30 game here. That was a CBS game, but I was in Italy when that game was happening. So it was 7 hours ahead. So if Ole Miss had a night game, I'm just staying up late.
I think Georgia Georgia that week had they were either off or they had like a noon kick. And so like we stumbled out of the game and flipped that game on. I didn't see the whole game obviously because it probably overlapped, but by the time I got home, I was able to watch most of it. But holy cow, man, that game was insane.
It was a fun game. Horrible uniforms. I don't know what happened with those uniforms.
What were the uniforms?
Oh, it's like red and blue shoulder stripes, like red, blue, red, and the numbers had a shadow on it. It looked bad.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a thing back then, though.
Yeah.
That was like
that was a very remnant of the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that was huge in the 90s. Like UNC had those. I remember those were.
I remember the shadow jersey with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Georgia had the shadow with they had the triple stripe, the black with highlighted in white. Mark Richt came and got rid of all that.
Mm-hmm.
When Mark Richt got there, the shadow it went from shadow to just stroke, and then the single white.
Yeah, kind of what we know Georgia to look like now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they don't have. I don't think they have stroke on their numbers now. I think it's just white, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe they do. I can't remember. But one of the most fun games I ever went to was my freshman year when Eli came to Athens, and Boss Bailey got up and blocked that extra point. Tim Jennings had the pick six. My friend had this puffy. It was cold, so one of my friends that we went to the game with had this big puffy jacket, and he snuck in a 6-pack of Beast. And I didn't know he did it. I had no clue he snuck it in. Like, he didn't tell anybody. And all of a sudden, like, Tim Jennings makes that pick six, and all of a sudden he shoves a Beast into my hand and says, "Drink, Victory Beast."
My gosh. I remember in I guess it was 96.
1896?
1996. Almost beat Georgia in Sanford Stadium. But the highlight of that game is Walker Jones, who was the head of the Grove Collective at Ole Miss, ran down Hines Ward and prevented a touchdown and Ole Miss won that game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Hines Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Hines Ward was never like elite speed. He was just like a dude.
Well, Walker Jones, you have to see him to where that would be impressive. It doesn't matter that he didn't have elite speed because the fact that Walker Jones ran him down, Ole Miss fans are like, what just happened?
Hines Ward?
Was that possible?
Yeah.
Was he running in cement?
That was probably one of the best Georgia teams to not do jack diddly do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that team was freaking loaded. I remember, like, Champ Bailey, Hines Ward.
That was like Quincy Carter, wasn't it?
That was Mike Bobo.
Okay.
There you go.
Nobody kills a drive like Mike Bobo.
I knew it was coming. It was like Mike Bobo, Robert Edwards, Hines Ward, Champ Bailey. The older Stinchcomb.
Yeah.
I think Stroud and Seymour, maybe they came. I think they came.
Good grief. That was a good team.
Like Charles Grant.
I can see why Jim Donnan got fired.
I think that was like Randy McMichael's freshman year. I'm gonna pull up that roster. The 96 team.
Yeah, 96 team.
Yeah. I think they went
everybody. It's June. It's June, everybody. Get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's June.
Yeah, I think they went to the Peach Bowl that year. They were 3-5 in no, they didn't go to a bowl. They were 5-6
Dang.
that year. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Mike Bobo, Robert Edwards, Patrick Pass, who played a lot of years in the NFL, Hines Ward, Juan Daniels, who was actually really, really productive, Larry Brown at tight end, played in the NFL for a little bit.
That was the game that they beat Auburn in overtime. That was the snap game.
Uh-huh.
Where the Bulldog jumped up on the Auburn player in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
It's that picture that's right
above
that lamp there. They had Hap Hines was one of the best kickers in Georgia history.
They beat Vanderbilt that year 13-2.
Like this team.
They lost to Southern Miss 11-7. This is some of the weirdest scores I've ever seen.
Champ Bailey, Kirby Smart, Orontis Grant, Charles Grant.
Oh yeah, Kirby Smart was on that team.
Yeah, he picked off Peyton Manning twice that year.
Wow.
Travis Stroud, they didn't have Stroud and Seymour yet. I think it was the next year.
But them losing to Southern Mississippi, that was not probably in the cards. They got beat in Williams-Brice Stadium too.
Yeah, and that was not a thing then. South Carolina sucked then.
They played Florida. What was the score of the Florida-Georgia game that year?
47-7. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say what the
56-49. Oh, yeah.
Spurrier's like, we're going to ruin your day.
At least they beat Georgia Tech that year. That didn't happen.
And Texas Tech and Mississippi State.
Yeah.
They did beat, their best win was against Auburn. Their game against Auburn. Whoever was the coach at Auburn probably got fired as a result
Terry
of this
Bowden,
game.
wasn't it? All right, now the 97 team. Hines Ward, Robert Edwards, Olandis Gary, who rushed for 1,000 yards for Mike Shanahan, which that's not really saying much. Patrick Pass, Champ Bailey, Larry Brown, Jermaine Wiggins, who played a ton of years for the Patriots. Stinchcomb, Hap Hines, Richard Seymour.
I remember
came in that year.
season. That was pretty good.
Kirby Smart, Earl Chambers, who I think is FCS head coach now.
Who they beat Florida that year?
Yeah, that was the Robert Edwards over the top. Like they hadn't beat Florida in a long time before that game. They were on a massive losing streak.
Yeah, their only losses that year were to Tennessee, at Tennessee and against Auburn.
Yeah.
Dang.
Ole Miss, they only beat Ole Miss 21-14.
Yeah. They had a lot of close games. Beat Wisconsin. They debuted the Black Pants in that game in the Outback Bowl.
I think Georgia could do so many cool things with their uniform.
They just won't. Like the black jerseys are outstanding. They for recruiting photo shoots. They do the stormtrooper, the all white.
Yeah, they could have such a fantastic strip.
Yeah. God, they had this guy named Marlos Leroy who played for the.
That is straight Key and Peele.
That is Tim Wansley joined the team that year. He played a lot. He played for the Bears for a long time. Yeah. This is a fun game. Will Witherspoon. I haven't seen Marcus Stroud yet. Unless he goes by a different name. There he is. Marcus
Tony Small played for Georgia. He was Jabari Small's uncle.
Yeah.
And the brother of Eddie Small.
98.
And there was a Small that played at Florida too.
Yeah.
Stroud went to Jacksonville, didn't he?
Yeah.
He played for Jacksonville for a long time.
Yeah, Marcus Stroud. He was a beast.
Yep.
And then Richard C. Yeah, it was Marcus Stroud and John Henderson.
Oh my God, I forgot about John Henderson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that defensive line.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
There's a reason they were good for a minute.
Lord, he was good. Yes.
Yeah, Richard Seymour, Marcus Stroud on the same defensive line in college. Unfair.
Yeah.
I think Richard Seymour applied to be a minority owner for the Raiders. I think he got it. I think he's a minority share owner of the Raiders.
Along with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think him and Tom Brady are. Oh, Jasper Sanks. Do you remember him, Steve?
I do. He was going to be the next Herschel Walker, like so many running backs have been. And he never quite got there.
Yeah. No, he was just okay.
Yeah.
And he fumbled. He had that big fumble that really wasn't a fumble, but got called a fumble. Musa Smith against Georgia Tech. Terrence Edwards joining this fray. Brandon McMichael, Kendrell Bell, Tim Wansley. This is really, really good. Really good. Got a lot of teams on that 2002. A lot of NFL guys on the 2002 team. Thomas Davis, Tim Jennings, Bruce Thornton, Sean Jones, Robert Gathers, Boss Bailey, David Pollock, John Stinchcomb, Ben Watson, Reggie Brown, Terrence Edwards, and Musa Smith. NFL.
Yeah.
Those were some fun teams, man. That 2002 team that broke the streak of 40 years without winning the SEC. That was a fun team.
Now, look, I'm not making any predictions, but I do want to point out that in 1998 for Tennessee, a lesser-known quarterback took over for somebody who was considered a lot more talented, and they opened the season against Syracuse. This season, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Are you calling Nico Iamaleava Peyton Manning?
More talented than the guy who's taking over, but
that's interesting.
Not a legend. He didn't take over for a legend.
We're doing playing the Teak Martin card at Ole Miss this year as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, you have the team that was completely set to do it. And now the next year when there's less pressure and everything, if they get some breaks, they have a chance to go.
That's how it works all the times too.
Have you seen the thumbnail for the show, Steve?
No.
You'll like it. But when I put it in there, I was like, wait a second. Somebody Photoshop, like it looks like Austin Simmons and Tua Tagovailoa with a helmet on and the face paint. Might as well be twins.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they wear number 13.
It threw me completely off. I knew he was left-handed, but like I was looking, I was like, this is a good picture, but like I think this is Tua.
Yeah. I better hope he's not as brittle as Tua is.
The funny thing about it is his arm is about 3 times as strong as Tua.
Oh yeah, easily.
he has an absolute cannon.
Yeah, easily. Like I trust. What's crazy is I trust Gunnar Stockton and Austin Simmons more than I trust Arch Manning.
Yeah,
to be good.
I trust Ty Simpson more than Arch Manning.
That's also true. Well, I'm a little pumped the brakes on Ty Simpson because
I don't trust DJ Lagway.
I trust him if he's healthy.
Yeah, nobody knows if he's healthy.
Yeah, we don't know if he's healthy or not. That's the issue.
Whenever he's not going to the Manning Passing Academy, you don't do that by choice. It's a status thing to go. If you are staying, there's a reason you're not going. He's good enough to be there otherwise, and he's not going. Something is going on.
I agree.
It's gonna be a rough year in Florida land.
A rough year for Billy Napier.
Although I feel bad for Long Island. Florida dropped somebody for Long Island to make their schedule a little bit easier.
Who did they drop? Miami?
No, Miami's still there.
Huh.
Did the game changer coordinator, did he?
My favorite player on Florida's roster is their running back. That guy's good.
God, who
legitimately good.
Oh, they dropped the orange and blue game. Got it. Okay. Who'd they drop? Who were they playing? Who were they originally opening with?
Hey, Cass.
Did you know it's 352 Community Day that game? That's the promo they got going on for that day.
352.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't have the slightest clue. Don't have the slightest clue. Let's see. Florida schedule. I want to see who they dropped. LA.
Let's see. Oh, they're just replacing Florida A&M. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
But they're playing Long Island University. Their other non-conference opponents is South Florida, Miami, and FSU.
Yeah, that's not well. FSU used to be good.
No, FSU is going to be good this year. Dude, everybody needs to be ready for that.
Long Island.
We'll see first week.
They look like the team that's in the movie that's playing against the Gridiron Gang because they have the Under Armour uniforms. You know.
Okay.
It's like they look like a movie team.
Oh my gosh, Corey.
What?
Yeah.
It's the same. It's like the uniforms. I mean, look at the uniforms.
Listen, Alabama's seriously on brick watch.
Hey, Cassidy.
The first week of the season.
Who?
Alabama. They're on brick watch the first week of the season.
Who do you open up against?
Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah, okay.
And at 2:30, and it's going to be 4 million degrees down there.
Yes, and Gus Malzahn is the offensive coordinator with a mobile quarterback that has been recruited. DJ is gone.
Castellanos, right?
Good for them.
Yes,
Thomas Castellanos, yep, from BC.
So that game has a chance to get weird. And when I call it brick watch, in 1988, Bill Curry had a brick thrown through the window because they lost to Ole Miss on the dedication of Bear Bryant Museum Day.
Ooh.
That's on Bill Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
Can't do
Bill
that.
Curry.
So that's what I mean by brick watch.
Oh, okay.
Alabama fans are not going to stand for losing that game to Florida State.
Dang. Well, Thomas Castellanos knows what it's like to win at Doak Campbell Stadium. I think
Yes.
he knows better than that entire roster what it's like to win at Doak Campbell Stadium.
I will say this, though. Since the rules got changed and Nick Saban kind of worked his magic against spread offenses, it's gotten a little bit harder for like Gus Malzahn to take advantage of other teams. So while he might be super smart as an offensive coordinator, he doesn't have the advantages that he had 6 years ago.
But I think his advantage this year is the guy that he's got is like perfect for what he wants to do, regardless of whether he wants to go tempo or not. I think
they'll go tempo.
Castellanos is perfect.
Them not being able to block 5 yards downfield on RPOs, there's several things that Gus Malzahn was able to take advantage of in 2014 and 2013.
Oh yeah, no.
And with Cam Newton that he can't now.
Throwing from across the line of scrimmage against Alabama. Remember that, Jake?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
On a side note, BC switching. I can't think of a more like just like this is a strike against Adidas. BC was like, you know what? Adidas is so bad. We're going to go to New Balance.
Oh my gosh.
New Balance.
Deliver the game.
New Balance.
New Balance has been pretty good at soccer.
Their shoes are comfortable.
Yeah.
They're good.
And nothing says 55-year-old white man than New Balance shoes.
Yeah, the New Balance, they're like the Z55s or whatever, like the big white brick shoes. That's actually what they're going to throw through Kalen DeBoer's window. Those when you say brick watch, it's going to be those shoes. Yeah.
By the way, before we get out of here, because we're about to have 2 minutes, did y'all see the final trailer for the Superman movie?
I saw one. I don't know if it was the final one.
It's basically the one where Lex Luthor's saying, I will kill him. I will kill the reporter that's always doing interviews. I will kill whoever raised him. And I was like, oh my gosh, they got Lex Luthor right. We finally have a Lex Luthor that is right.
Oh,
I think the one I saw where the trailer I saw was Superman saving that woman that's in the car when the skyscraper was about to
smash. That's the one. Lex
Is
Luthor's in the background saying, I'm going to kill him.
Okay. Yeah. Then I did see that.
Yeah.
I have not. I'm going to go watch the trailer. Have you guys seen the new trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth?
No.
I've seen a trailer for it, but it's been a little while, so I don't know if another one came out.
That's going to be good. I don't know if there's more than one, but the one I saw was pretty dope.
Yeah,
there's a new Frankenstein movie coming out too.
Oh, you don't
Which, by the way, all of these Jurassic World movies is just proof that in Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum was right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Life will find a way. Yeah, no, the new Frankenstein should be pretty good. Guillermo del Toro is directing that. He's a good.
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah.
I watched Free Guy last night.
I like that movie.
That Rick and Bonnie, that is Miss Tessmacher from the original Superman the movie was that character.
Oh, okay.
She's Lex Luthor's assistant. Yeah, that's who that is.
Oh. Okay.
And the one that has the spinning things is what is that called? The member of the Authority, a character that's just a superhuman that's working for Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay. Is there a new Batman coming out soon too?
In a couple of years.
Yeah,
they're a little bit behind. But yeah, I'm very sorry. If it's white yoga pants, that is Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah, he's paying attention.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know what her face looked like, but she was wearing white yoga pants.
Yeah.
That movie looks like it's going to make all the money, by the way.
You're not wrong, Rick.
They've talked about recasting Wonder Woman. They're going to start the whole universe here with that one.
Yeah.
They needed to. I mean, Marvel took over.
Yeah, the next movie is already filmed. It's going to be out next year, and that's Supergirl.
No, all right.
Yep, I did.
Who's
I'd seen.
Supergirl?
Yeah,
The chick that played the younger version of the House of the Dragon girl, the queen,
Oh,
That girl. Yeah, no clue.
Millie something.
Looks like
yeah.
looks like I'm gonna go watch that trailer, try to figure out who it is.
yeah.
It looks like it's going to be fantastic.
This isn't gonna be Ben Affleck, is it?
No, he's gone. No, they're going to
He's gone.
recast everything.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
And-
be is it gonna be Robert Pattinson?
No,
Are we getting Gen Z Batman?
no,
I just want Jason Momoa to become Lobo.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is.
absolutely is. He's
That's honestly
Supergirl as Lobo.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jeb's
He'll
like,
be good at that.
Jeb's like, I'm watching that movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a perfect role for him. It's like Ron Reynolds is Deadpool. It's just a perfect casting.
I'm
Oh my
excited
God.
that they've just gotten away from origin stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm glad it's like, yes, we know how Superman got here at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those comics are so old. There's been multiple origin stories and stuff. We don't need to figure out all that. Just move past it. It's like with Batman. I mean, how many times have we seen Batman origin stories on film?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every movie except the last one.
Yeah, which we didn't need.
Yeah.
Now,
We get
Batman
one
Year
with Bane?
One, which is kind of what they did. I like that a lot.
With the Christopher Nolan series, we didn't get the origin story
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we did.
Batman Begins.
except for
whole
the first
movie.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But after that, we didn't get any. Like, it was just a really good. Like, that's the
Yeah.
reason why number 2 and number 3 were really good. Because
yeah,
they were continuations of like they gotten away from the origin story. Like,
Yeah. The first one was entirely an origin story.
yeah.
yeah,
Which I like that villain, the Ra's al Ghul and all that, but
the League of
Yeah, we
Shadows
didn't
thing was cool, but
it was another origin story. Yeah.
I liked how they portrayed it a little bit. But it was a small portion of that movie. I thought the rest of that movie was kind of boring.
I'm excited to see a Guy Gardner Green Lantern in the Superman movie.
I-
Yeah.
I think
Because
they'll
he looks like a tool.
yeah, which Guy Gardner is in the comics, so
Yeah.
he'll crush that.
Yep.
I just like in the preview, he walks through and they do the Green Lantern thing where if you imagine it, it becomes real and he just does that and then makes a giant green hand and he just swats like 50 people out of the way.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
yeah.
I didn't see it, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Anybody that said, hey, we need to make this a musical, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Joaquin Phoenix or whatever?
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah,
Joaquin, whatever.
and
I didn't
Lady
even watch
Gaga,
the movie, and
that
I'm
was?
not going to watch
Yeah.
the movie because I don't watch movie musicals.
yeah.
I just don't. Unless it's an animated Disney movie, I'm not in the mood to see you break out in song in the middle of a movie. That's just not my jam.
Well, the first one was like an interesting take on the whole Joker thing, but it didn't
Mhm.
really. I don't think it was setting up to be have a lot of sequels or be part of a DCU or anything. It was just it should have been a one-time thing they just did. Would have been a fun movie. Trying to continue it out
was
is
real
just-
slow too.
Yeah, it was its own thing. It wasn't a comic book movie. It just used comic book characters in it. But
I still think Heath Ledger is the best Joker we've had in the.
oh, he was.
Yeah, my
Oh, that dude,
gosh,
he was insane.
He
And I
was
thought
awesome.
Jack Nicholson was a really good Joker.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
The Heath Ledger thing was just a shock, man. There were so
Yeah,
many
I
upset
know.
people when he got cast,
Yeah,
and then just
he
blew that.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made that movie. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Fantastic.
interactions with Joker, Batman, and I
Mhm.
hate that he like. And the sad part is he did such a good job in that role that he became that and ended up,
yeah, I know.
and that's
Yeah.
that's the dark side of method acting, and like
Mhm.
you like actors kind of lose themselves and then they get into these roles and sometimes they don't get back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck, were you working Rivals when we all just left work and went to the IMAX and saw saw The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight is
Mhm.
probably the best.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh, it is the best.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies that just basically changes your religion. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm like, good
Yeah.
Lord, man, this
Yeah.
movie's insane. And then when he followed up with the Bane, I was like, there's no way it's going to be as good as Dark Knight, and it was.
It was-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's Becky's favorite comic book villain, Bane.
Yeah.
Bane.
Uh,
My favorite line for Bane is like, Does it hurt? Is it going to hurt when we rip that mask off your face? He goes, it will be painful for you.
No, the best part of that movie was where Bane says,
he's
whatever
got
it
his arm
is,
behind his back
I was born in the darkness. You're just a tourist.
Yeah, you were just adopted. You just adopted it.
Yeah, it's like, good gosh, this is a hard man.
Yeah.
I was born in it, molded by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were merely adopted by it.
Yeah, good movie. Oh,
Which,
crap,
by
it's
the
after
way,
dark.
if y'all have a chance on Paramount Plus, watch Mobland. That's a pretty good show.
Is that a good show?
Mobland.
Mobland.
Oh yeah, I'll start that one next.
Yeah, just wait until you get back home, and you can start it.
That
He
was
did a good job, too.
yeah, that was what's his name? Who played the Riddler?
Jim Carrey?
Jim
No,
Carrey, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He
He's talking about the
wasn't
new one.
talking about that. He's talking about the
Yeah.
new one.
But I remember Jim Carrey's performance,
I
so
know.
he was really good. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who that guy was. I know him, but
I don't know
I
who
can
he
think of his
is.
name.
He did a good job though.
Yeah. All right, we're past time.
Yeah, we need to do it. Let us get us out of here.
What are you talking about? We got 2 more hours.
It's June, guys.
It's a marathon session.
We've said that like 5 times.
It's
You're
June.
gonna get off the rails until August.
Yeah, that's true. Until game 1.
Yeah.
So anyway,
movies, I can't do this all night. So
yeah,
let's not.
Yeah.
87 takes for the interrogation scene at the end. Yeah. So
Oof.
we are SEC After Dark. We obviously have went overtime. Stephen Willis.
Movies After Dark.
Yeah, exactly. Cinema After Dark. Stephen Willis, Locked on Ole Miss, the #1 Ole Miss show in the universe for the #1 sports podcast in the podcasting network in the universe. Locked On. I do the Locked On Vandy show. I do for that very same network, the largest network in the country. After Dark will soon be nipping at its heels. With your support, Jeb Beecham, Movies After Dark. We can. This is right up his alley. And Jake Thomas, the double scoop of Alabama, Bama After Dark and Tide Talk Live. So if you need your Alabama stuff, and then Mike Huseman, who's not with us tonight, but he's got Off Season After Dark, and of course Biscuits and SEC, and of course with me, Locked On Vandy and the Regular Guys. The Regular Guys is another pillar of programming on this After Dark network. So you got this as the main pillar, and then you got the branches all around it. We're just waiting on that last branch to come in, Jeb. No pressure. All right. But you have All Season After Dark, Biscuits, Regular Guys, Ole Miss After Dark, and then SEC After Dark. And the 6th pillar is you, and then everything else will branch off in the future. Anything else will just be a branch on the old tree here. So on the tree that is After Dark Network. So with that, we'll see you back here next week. This is June, guys.
Yeah.
This is June. We're off the rails. For Steve, Jake, and Jeb, I'm Corey. We'll see you back here next week better than ever. Go Dogs, anchor down. Fight on.
Hotty toddy.
Roll Tide.
Go Vols.
All righty.
Boom.
Boom, boom. You can still get a few in.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Navy SEAL.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
All right.